Usually, like in the markets, a stock moves more than the index. You know, in the oil markets, it's like the stocks move pretty much with the index, but you know, you have their ETFs like will have so much more range. So you just end up with like kind of a lot more heat on some of these things, like you can see here with DWT or something, right? Like it's got crazy good range. So there's not necessarily an easy it's not necessarily an easy kind of blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not necessarily, like you see, these are all oil companies. You could add a couple to trade on the list. You can see USO. My cousins in Saudi Arabia are probably puking in their turbans right now, right? Price of oil going down like this. Good. Oil's dirty anyways. Hey Sandra, how you doing? Yes, these are all just kind of oil. We're not necessarily, there's really not much else moving around. So we'll change up the plan just a tad today. You can see because it's like it just seems like there's really one kind of stock in one kind of stock in action right now. Since it's a short day, remember that guys, we are in Friday. I think market closes at, was it 12 or 1 p.m.? It's one or the other. I'll be out of here by 12. I got a couple things to do. You can see over here, right? So you got a gap down in the market that kind of was preluded to the fact that like right around 2 p.m., we started fading on Thursday after like such a big run in the markets. You know, looked like the market was going to have, you know, kind of like a dead cat bounce. And then next thing you know, right around 2 p.m., the selling started. It's been happening, man, it's been happening for the last couple of weeks, right? It's like indiscriminate. Man, as soon as the market gets a little bit of juice, the selling comes in and things just fade off. And it's been really nasty. We're seeing a lot of that kind of action. That's unhealthy action. So there's price patterns, there's the individual market, but then there's the action. Like, what does the action tell you? So when you see stocks like gap up or have early strength and then they start to just roll over, that's never a good sign. Like you see something like a NVIDIA that has like a $20 bounce the day before, it gaps up, and usually that signifies strength. But when gaps get sold, what that's telling you is that it's a liquidity event, right? People are using the strength in the markets, the strength in particular stocks to get liquidity and get the fuck out of their positions, and you're getting this just huge amount of selling coming into these things. And so just be mindful of that, you know, we have to be prepared for a couple things. Price action alone on technicals is horrendous, and it's indicating that we go lower. The market is waiting for some type of news on interest rates or this, you know, tariff stuff. Those are kind of the two main drivers right now. So if we can get some tariffs from the good people in China, then the market will be back at all-time highs. It will be fantastic. It will be the best. Okay? We will make our wall in Mexico, make the Great Wall of China look like a Barbie doll stand. So that's kind of what the market is looking for right now. So we'll be have to be real mindful of kind of some of these different things that are going on. So price action sucks. In summary, price action sucks. Market wants to go lower. The technicals are telling us it is going lower. Price action is telling us it's going lower. But news trumps all, right? Meaning that if we get some type of final, right, finalization of either tariffs or interest rates, that's going to squeeze the market, and then we'll have to see how it acts. Because if that happens, there's still a lot of levels of supply out right now. But one thing we have to just kind of be smart of is that, like, a majority of stocks, even though the market just feels like it's just been going down, a majority of stocks have actually down like 50%. Like, look at this. right? Facebook's down 50% off its highs. Nvidia is down 50% off its highs, right? Netflix is down, from 420 to 260, down $200, right? So a lot of, even though we feel like the market should be going a lot lower, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's a lot of juice left, right? Things have been going down for a while. It's just, we're just kind of like just noticing right now. That's kind of how people are, right? So, we'll have to watch these levels and see what's happening. If we lose this support, we'll probably come down into this 155 on the QQQs. But just be mindful that the market can squeeze any day. I wouldn't overtrade today. What we got to just do, I'm going to keep things real simple. I've got this TQQ ETF. That's the 3X ETF for the NASDAQ. I'll be flipping this back and forth depending on which way the market goes. This is the season for kind of like small cap type stocks. This Tiz has got some juice pre-market here. You can already see it's up a couple 100%. We'll look at this one for potentially an ORB or a quick pullback buy. I won't chase it out at the open, but kind of more of like a setup. All day really nailed this in the chat room on, what was it, Wednesday, on the first dip on this. This is again how you want to do something like this. All these little guys were shredding this thing. So like see something like this, it pulls up. Right, you pop back to VWAP and some support. You can take, if it's an orderly pullback, you can take those. You can make 50, 100% on these type of moves. I ended up having to hit it over here on the flat top breakout. But watch like on this Tiz, like this kind of orderly dips, right? Like if it's acting all over the place, you got to leave it alone. But if it pops and then you get an orderly dip, if you get an orderly dip to support, then you can take this thing, but you never want to overstay your welcome. Like, look at this thing, right? It looks so hot when it's sitting at 8, and the next thing you know, it was just done, right? And this thing ended up back at $3. Small caps are turds. They're all meant to be zero, but for 30 minutes to 1 hour, you can trade them as long as you got a tight pattern. So we'll keep an eye on this Tiz today. My only worry on this one is that the chart is not as good as the ABO because it's got a couple of layers of resistance underneath. It's going to need to kind of really clear some levels. Always think about where the supply zones are on particular stocks. It'll need to clear some levels before you come in. Just so be mindful of that. Add in, right, NVIDIA for potential short. This thing just faded off its whole damn game. We may just see this thing kind of bleed back to 134. So I'm watching this one. This thing got pumped up because the Citron guys said that they're buyers or whatever. Now it's gap got faded off. This thing's going to come all the way back. I got SQ on potential short watch too. You can see here. So this 65, right, is like a big support. You can see here you got like a head and shoulders type pattern here, like on a longer term basis. When it broke under 65, that gave confirmation to the pattern that it's starting to complete. Now that we busted down to 55, we've just retested and kind of retapped into that level. Looking for this one potentially to roll back over the next few days if and when the market gets a little bit dicey. If it does, we don't necessarily know. I keep this PDD on watch too. It's going to need a little bit of pullback. We were fucking around with it a little bit on Wednesday, but it just didn't have any follow through. If you see a little pullback in this thing, I think that this one will probably be a buy at some point. We just got to get a good entry on it. What's going on, baby? Hey, Robbie, how you doing? Hey, Mario, what's up, baby? How you doing? Sandra, what's going on? Roboshow, how you doing? Yeah, let's try not to get in too much trouble today. Just keep a couple ETFs. Keep TVIX on the line. This is just a day for day traders for the most part, right? The only people that are going to be trading today are degenerates, gamblers, and awesome people who prioritize their success over sitting around in their turkey comas. I didn't eat no turkey yesterday. I barely ate anything because I'm a shredder, right? I was ready today. So let's go do what we got to do. Yeah, I mean, I did have some whiskeys, but I didn't eat no food. I'm not gluttonous. Hold on, let me get my coffee. Good, 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 good. Hey, Sean, I'm excited to have you in BC. Guys, as you know, we have boot camp starting on Tuesday. For our past boot camp members, remember, you guys are available to come into as many boot camps as you want. Our boot camps are for life. And if you are brand new and thinking about coming into boot camp, make sure you let me know this weekend if you're coming in. I got to get you my scans and stuff from TC 2000 so we can let you kind of get all your layouts and everything situated. Get everything situated. I hear you, Horace. Guys, let's go do what we do. Be real simple today. I know we don't have a hugely extensive watch list or anything like that today. I don't think we're going to need it. We'll find a couple stocks to trade. Goal for today is just to make $1,000, right? Just something simple, something smooth. Remember, to make $1,000, what do you need? 200, 300 shares of a couple things, right? Rip a dollar here, rip a dollar here. Before you know it, it adds up, and we'll be good to go. But otherwise, we don't want to get too crazy today. Let's just be smart. You know how it is, guys. Yeah, this will be the last boot camp for 2018. We will be kind of redoing the formats of boot camp for 2019. So, in its current form, this will be probably the last way. But in 2019, we've got a couple new technological improvements for it, so it's going to be kind of fun. We'll have added new things from it. Hey, Jared, how you doing? What's going on in Phuket? Pleasure, man. Jordan, what's up? Hey, Pappy, how you doing? Good, good, good. Did you guys enjoy the live trading stuff on, what was it, Wednesday? Yeah. Well, let's get a little music going. Let's go do what it is that we do. All right, let's do it, people. Let's be good. Let's be great. It's Friday.